Good morning, everybody. It's me, David Brown, with this week's Design and Dialogue. And as you recall, last week we talked about how employees can build better relationships with their bosses. And so this week, bosses, it's your turn. I want to talk about how, as a boss or a supervisor, you can take a few steps to build a better relationship with your employees. These are pretty simple and straightforward, but maybe not so obvious. And I think that if you start to incorporate some of these different ideas with each of the people that you are managing, you're going to find that not only do you start building better relationships with the employees, you're going to find that the overall team becomes a lot more productive. I think the key takeaway here is that you, as the boss, manager, supervisor, set the tone. So with that in mind, what are the 3 tips today that I think you can start doing to build better relationships with your employees? Number 1, be fair. Make sure that you treat everyone on your team equally. Make sure that you are setting expectations that are reasonable. You want to push them, right? But you don't want to demean them by setting expectations too grand that they're never going to reach. It is about a fair and balanced approach to motivating and setting the standards for what your employees can achieve. Number 2 is a simple one, and I hope it's one you're practicing already, but be honest. Always be honest. Now, there are things that cannot be shared between the boss and employee relationship, of course, but be honest. If someone asks, be honest. If you can't answer, be honest that you cannot answer. But I think telling the truth always and always, when it's easy and when it's hard, is invaluable if you're building a good, strong relationship with your employee. A scenario might be an employee comes and asks, how did I do on that sales call? Or how did I do on that report? Sit down and take the time to be honest. Don't blanket statement, hey, it was great, you're doing good. Really help them learn and grow. That is the responsibility of your role as the supervisor. Number 3 is be available. Have an open door policy. When someone comes with a question, take the time. Now, don't be ever present and ever available, right? You've got to carve out your own time and they need to respect that. But if there is a question or a concern, or if someone comes to you, either make time in the moment or schedule time in the moment to get back with them and talk through whatever it is on their mind with them. I think that's going to go a long way in helping that relationship with each and every employee. Now, a one-on-one, if you got one employee and it's you, that's great. I know that this compounds the more that you have and becomes more challenging. My tip suggestion for you as that manager is you've got to be scheduled. What I learned as I was starting to develop a team and hiring staff for DBI is that if I didn't schedule it and I didn't adhere to that schedule on a religious basis, everything flew out the window. So the key to all these working in a bigger team is make sure that your schedule is on point and that people know what your schedule is. I think that's going to be very helpful. That's it for today. I hope these are going to be helpful. I encourage you to start using these this week as you interact with your team and see if you start to notice a better relationship with your different employees. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next week.